are you doing? How is your day going? Hope you're having a very, 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 very good day. Okay, so I know everybody is happy when we talk about relationships. So today we are going to talk about relationships. Come on. Okay, so today what we are going to talk about is what to do while waiting to find or be found by your spouse, or while waiting to find or be found by your partner. So number one thing to do while waiting to find or be found by your partner is what we call the suya and onion lesson. So the suya and onion lesson says, don't let yourself be pressured when people ask you, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? When are you getting married? Some people are not even asking that question to spite you or anything. Some people are just asking in the sequence. When you're done with secondary school, the next thing people ask is when are you going to university? When you're done with university, people ask, when are you going for NYSC? When you're done with NYSC, people ask, when are you getting married? So some people are just asking in line with the sequence. They don't even know what they're asking. They're not saying it to insult you, or when are you getting married, or put you under pressure. So don't let yourself be pressured by marriage, or when people ask you, when are you getting married? So that's the suya and onion lesson. The second lesson is the kilishi and pepper lesson. The kilishi and pepper lesson says, enjoy your singleness. It's okay. It's nice to go out with a partner or go out with a spouse, but now that you're single, you don't have a spouse, it's okay to go out alone. It's okay to go and see the movies by yourself. It's okay. So enjoy your singleness. And if you have time, or if you can, or if you're within the same city with them, try to create bond with your family, with your siblings, with your parents, or whatever. When you see parents crying on the wedding day, or siblings crying, it's because of the bond they built while the person was still single. So while you're single, another thing to do is to create bond with your family. That's if you can, because when you get married and you're committed to your own family, sometimes marriage even takes some people out of the country, and then they start their own family, they have their own kids. It's not so easy to have as much time for your family of orientation. You're focused on your family of procreation. So that's the second one, kilishi and pepper lesson. The third one is called the red hot sauce lesson. The red hot sauce lesson says, now that you're single, you can work on your dreams, focus on your career. If you want to start a business, focus. You can just use this time to focus, at least be committed to whatever you want to do. That's the red hot sauce lesson. Improve your skills, work on your business, whatever. So the fourth one is the cheesecake lesson. Yes, I almost forgot that one. The fourth one is the cheesecake lesson. So the cheesecake lesson says, learn to free yourself to be corrected. It's if you have to get to the point where people can tell you something about you that is not cool and you don't take offense. Getting to the point where people can correct you easily. Only a humble heart, to be honest, can be corrected. But you have to get to the point where people can tell you stuff about you that are not so right, that are wrong, and then you don't take offense because you're actually willing to be corrected. And if the same thing told to you by maybe somebody in your family, maybe your brother or your sister or your mother, is the same thing, coincidentally the same thing told to you by your partner, then it's possible that thing they are saying is true. So you can just check yourself and just work on it. It's not as if it's a conspiracy. If somebody from Ghana, somebody from Nigeria, somebody from Ireland says the same thing about you, that, oh, you don't know how to cook, it's possible that it's not like they conspired, all of them conspired, because they're from different places. It's possible that thing they're saying may be true, and you just need to check yourself. And it's okay, because there's nobody in this life that is perfect. Everybody has something that they need to work on. So it's okay, just learn to free yourself to be corrected, because when you get married, there are things that your partner will correct about you. So it's not, don't get to the point where people can correct you and you don't take offense for that and everything. So the fifth lesson. The fifth lesson is the ofada rice lesson. Good. Okay, so the ofada rice lesson says, learn to work on yourself. So for that one, I will ask you this question. Will you say amen to this prayer? If I should pray for you and say, may God give you somebody exactly like yourself to get married to. If you did not say amen to that prayer, then that means there's some things you need to work on yourself for. you know. So the Your Father Rice lesson is similar to the cheesecake lesson, meaning working on yourself. You know, it's not really right for people to say, oh, you must love me for who I am, when there are still some faulty things in your character, or this accept me as I am, take me as I am. You know, it's something that, if there are still some faulty things in your character, it's not right for you to tell people, oh, you must love me as I am, or accept me. Sometimes while we are waiting on God to find the right person, God is actually waiting on us to get in a position to be found by actually working on ourselves, working on our character, working on all those things. Yeah, your future kids, they deserve to see the best version of you, the version of you that has worked on herself, the version of you that has worked on her character traits and all of that. Yeah. So I think the next one is the pepperoni lesson. The pepperoni lesson basically says, have a jovial countenance. I'm not saying you don't, not a jovial countenance like that, but don't dish out sadistic, pessimistic vibes all the time. You know, let your countenance be like approachable, have an approachable countenance, if that's the right way to say it, you know. But don't be someone that is always dishing out sadistic vibes, you know, pessimistic vibes. I know a lot of us have gone through a whole lot in life, but if there's one thing you're going to carry throughout your lifetime, let it be that the hope that your better days are ahead of you, you know, and that your worst days are behind you. So you can't keep dishing out sadist vibes, always frowning all the time, you know. Don't let anything in this life make you lose your joy. You know, your joy is not from the world. You get your joy from God, and so the world can't take it from you. The world, this joy you have, the world did not give it to you, so the world can't take it from you. Yeah, if you get what I'm saying. So that's the pepperoni lesson. Then the next lesson is the chicken burger lesson. The chicken burger lesson says that you don't have to be. It's simple. It just says you don't have to be seductive to attract a spouse. You know, many of us feel like we just feel that, oh, we have to be seductive to attract a spouse. I feel that when you portray something, you attract what you portray. So when you're being seductive, you may attract someone who is once lost or who is carried away by lust. You may not attract someone for love. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, Sha, but you may, when you show seductiveness, you may attract like someone who is after lust. So you don't have to be seductive to attract a spouse. That is the chicken burger lesson. Then the next lesson is the cashew nut lesson. You know, the cashew nut lesson more or less says that you have pray for the right person and not a particular person. By that just simply means maybe someone is already dating Tunde and the person is praying, and the person already starts committing her relationship and marriage with Tunde to God's hands. Do not first of all ask God, you know, inquire to know whether Tunde is the right person or not. So pray for the right person, not like pray in line with a particular person. So that's the cashew nut lesson. And I think the last one for today is going to be the yam and egg lesson. So the yam and egg lesson says like work on yourself, read books on relationships, watch godly YouTubers on relationship, listen to sermons, you know, from godly pastors. I'm not just saying any pastor, like God people, like be careful about people you listen to, but like watch godly pastors or listen to godly sermons on relationships. And I'll also recommend this book. That's why I've been holding it since, because all I have said today, I got it from chapter 6 or something like that. So I've given you a little bit of chapter 6, and there's a lot more where that came from. So get this book on relationships, This Love Matters Self. So improving yourself, working on yourself, that's the yam and egg lesson. Like before, what to do while waiting to find or be found by the right partner. Work on yourself. I mean, read books, listen to sermons, try to become the best version of yourself, because your future kids, your future spouse, they deserve to meet the best version of you, the version of you that is happy, the version of you that is more patient, the version of you that is more gentle, the version of you that is kinder. you know. And the fact that I'm saying all these things doesn't mean that I myself am perfect. I still have a lot of things I need to work on, you know, as well. So we're all in this together. We're all working on ourselves together. But your spouse, your future kids, they need to meet the best version of you, the version of you that is quite selfless, not just selfish. You know, the fact that you can say that before I used to be this, but right now I'm not this. Yeah, I think that's just it for this video. So ciao, see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching till the end.